Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. It is time for the United Hour on a Thursday, right? We have some things to break down today, so let's do this. Jeez, Big Phil here for the United Hour on a Thursday. And, we have been going through a couple of uncomfortable conversations. We've been going through a lot for the last couple of days with regards to the transfer window and other stuff. But, we'll probably look to talk about something more, I guess, comforting this segment, right? And I'm not going to do it by myself. I'm joined by the one and only Devin Walker, Texas Ranger in Florida.
Hi, how are you?
We also have Robert as well. How are you guys doing?
Hi, good night. Not bad. How are you?
We are doing well, man. We are doing well. If you're now tuning in, please like and please share because this is the United Hour on a Thursday. I can make things a bit more interesting, right? During this hour, I'm gonna play a little game at the beginning, at the middle, and in the end, right? So what I want everybody on the panel and everybody who's following along, whether on YouTube, Twitch, or on Facebook, the name of the game is Start, Bench, and Sell, right? So what I'll do is I will display three players' faces on the screen, and you will tell me who you would start, who you would bench, and who you would sell. So the panel will tell me, and everybody else in the comments will tell me as well too, right? Sorry about that. So let's get to the first set of faces. Remember, it is start, bench, and sell. Let's get to the first set of faces.
Yeah,
so right now on the screen, we are presenting
Sergio Ramos, Puyol,
Sergio Ramos, Carlos Puyol, and John Terry. So, I'm gonna leave it on the screen for about 5 more seconds, and then you guys can tell me who you would start, bench, or sell. Right?
Puyol start, Ramos bench, Terry sell.
So Puyol starts, Ramos bench, and John Terry sell. What about you, Robert?
Hi. Ramos starts, Terry bench, Puyol sell.
I picked it based off of when I was doing it. It had to be leadership qualities as well as your performances on the pitch as well. And so I already had in my mind I was selling John Terry. But so it was between Ramos or Puyol, and you look at it from the standpoint of they are both serial winners. Puyol was part of that side that was arguably the greatest side of all time. Unfortunately, beat us twice in Champions League finals. And then on top of that, the one thing that only reason I started Puyol over is because, well, everybody knows Ramos' disciplinary record. So that was the only thing why I would have to pick that way.
All right.
So I am kind of going to echo what Robert said. Robert, you said start Sergio Ramos, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I'll do a mix of what Devin and Robert said. So I'll actually start Sergio Ramos. I will bench Puyol, and I'll sell John Terry, right? I started Sergio Ramos because he's the most decorated captain of all time, right?
All right.
Selling John Terry, well, I guess that goes without saying. And then Carlos Puyol, well, he's a solid defender, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we'll be playing this two more times. One will be in the middle of the segment, and one will also be at the end of the segment, right? If you're now tuning in, we just played a game of start, bench, and sell, and the three players were John Terry, Sergio Ramos, and Carlos Puyol. Let me know in the comments who you would start, bench, and sell. Before we go to the main topics, let's see what everybody is saying. President Chad said, "Hey, you're late." No, President Chad, you're just early. That's all, right?
Mm.
You are early, right?
Yes.
Um, Martin Phillip, good afternoon again to you, Martin. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, right? That's what President Chad has to say. He said he's going to start Ramos, bench Terry, sell Puyol, and his reason is Carlos Puyol is the weakest defender. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree.
Very
Because whenever Puyol was, yes he was great, yes, but you always saw the weaknesses in him. Whereas Terry is just that battle hardened warrior. That's Terry. Terry's the guy who will tell you as a striker, well, you moment a hole, and get your vex, and then you hit him, and you say, "Oh, my ref," and then you will get a card. And then Ramos is just that man that he's like
Ramos.
the amalgamation of all two. He
Correct.
has that Puyol elegance about him, but then he has the shitosry in him, but he's a leader. I mean, he be there with you in the fire. I mean, he is just that guy, and he has a knack for scoring very very big goals and
True.
very big times.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move into the main topics now. Let's move this comment off the screen. Right. So Ralph had a press conference earlier today, and there were some key talking points with regards to his press conference. Right. What me and the panel are going to do, we're going to run through the key points that I made here, and then everybody else in the comments can make their thoughts heard with regards to the key points, right? Some of the key points, which players are coming back, the whole Mason Greenwood situation, the Jesse Lingard situation, and then which players are available for us going forward, right? So, with regards to the first talking point, you know what? When I watched the press conference, right, you kind of predicted that some of the journalists will have to sneak some sort of Mason Greenwood moment into the question, right? So if I can tie 2 points together, which will be Jesse Lingard and Mason Greenwood, right? The question to ask was, is Jesse Lingard going to get playing chances? No, based on the Mason Greenwood situation, right? Because we all know that Jesse Lingard was looking for a move out of Man United, right? And the journalist asked that question. No, the journalist, Ralph said that, yeah, it's one of the reasons, but also the club, Manchester United, cannot find any other clubs to agree with on a price, right? So that's the reason why Jesse Lingard is saying we can tell that it was an uncomfortable question for Ralph, but Ralph was more alluding to the fact that that's not the only reason why Jesse Lingard will have more playing time, because at the end of the day, Jesse Lingard is looking to play for England, right? So I can start with you, Robert. Do you think that's a suitable answer from Ralph, or do you think there's another reason why Jesse Lingard will be getting more start at United now?
I just think it's just the mess of our club right now. The fact that the manager says one thing, the player came out and said that no, it's not me. I want to play. So who do you believe? Do you believe the manager, or do you believe the player? I think the, I think there were people in for him. There were. Newcastle was in for him. West Ham was in for him. I mean, he could have gone since last year, August. We said
Yeah.
no. He could have gone Newcastle. We said no. He was willing to leave. He wanted to go. Ralph gave him his blessing to go. Okay, fine. Yes, the Mason Greenwood thing maybe threw a monkey wrench in the plans. But that situation should not hamper Lingard leaving. Because again, I come back to transfers. If we had done the proper business in August, we wouldn't be in this situation right now, even if Mason had happened.
Let me ask you one question, Robert, because to me, I want somebody to make it make sense because we all know Jesse Lingard's contract is up this summer, right? So it doesn't matter what a club offers to us right now for Jesse Lingard. It's going to be more than what we get in the summer.
Yeah.
True? So why wouldn't the club accept it?
Because we just have this knack of we think that Lingard is worth more than he really is. Like I think in June, July last year, after his spell at West Ham, I think Jesse we could have sold Jesse for probably around 25 to probably 30 mil.
Yeah,
right?
Between 30 and 20 mil.
Right.
Yeah.
He was on 4. He was on 4. And then but now he's not even worth 10 because he's not playing, he's not in form, he's not doing what he was doing before. I don't know if it is that we feel as though we deserve to get 20 mil for him, but we don't because we should have sold him at the time. Last year we should have, but we didn't. I think that our board has this way they haggle over price, they haggle over small money. They don't ever haggle over their dividends. They don't haggle over their pay, but they will haggle over the price of a player that will improve our club and or lower our wage structure. So I don't think he will play much. I think he will be on the bench. He will have little cameos, but he will play more than Tony. He will.
What about you, Devin? Do you share the same sentiments as Robert in that? Yeah, we're faced with this whole Mason Greenwood situation and Jesse Lingard not being able to leave the club. Do you think Jesse Lingard will get more chances now that we're faced with the situation surrounding Mason Greenwood?
So my first thing that I noticed, well, because this news just happened right before, is that this is the second time in as many weeks that we've had this one thing where a player comes out on Instagram and contradicts completely what message that the manager was saying. Because don't forget the situation with Martial before, and then Martial came out and posted up some message that was not the case at all. And so now they talked about Lingard asked for a couple of days off, and then he came out with a message and said, no, I was advised to take a couple of days off to clear my head or something like that.
Yeah,
so
that started. It says Jesse Lingard on, I don't know if it's Twitter or Instagram. What Devin is referring to, people, is that in Ralph's press conference, Ralph said that Jesse Lingard said he wanted days off, right? Jesse Lingard came out on social media and then said, the club advised me to have time off due to personal reasons. So it's almost like the club is forcing Jesse Lingard to take time off, right? Then his comment then says, but my headspace is clear and I'll always be professional when calling upon and give 100%. You can continue, Devin, yeah.
So that raised a red flag for me that why is it always that it's one thing for the manager and the players is coming out and even publicly stating something otherwise. That to me is another red flag where if a manager comes up and says something, you can't be contradicting because that just does not send the right message. The manager says something, that's how it goes from there. The next thing now, I really don't think we have a choice. He's going to need to get minutes. We're going to need that squad depth, especially because we're still competing in 3 different competitions right now. And so I do think he's going to get chances. It's a shame, though, that he's taking these days off now because I think tomorrow's match would have been a perfect look for him, as well as a couple other players. But yeah, he will definitely get more minutes than if Greenwood was still there.
Yeah. I don't want to. I think we've fallen for so many stories that Man United have painted us over the last couple of seasons, right? Um, the various managers said that Donny van de Beek will be getting more playing time. He had to get physical, and he went to Holland over the preseason, and he got a bit more bulked up. Eric Bailly was promised more playing time, and he's been on the bench a lot. So Donny van de Beek is at Everton. Jesse Lingard is staying here, and Tony Martial is in Sevilla. Amad Diallo to Rangers. Who else now is out? Twanzebe to Napoli. But in the press conference, another question was asked because obviously we didn't have any transfers in, but we had transfers out. And then the question was asked, Ralph, do you think the squad is suitable enough going forward? Right. So then he listed the likes of Paul Pogba coming back. Eric Bailly, he returned yesterday, but he has like a swollen ankle. And then also Cavani. Cavani will be coming back after the match because he has some personal issues to deal with. And then also, if Cavani was rushed back, he'll also be jet lagged and what's not, right? So I'm going to ask you guys, do you think that with this squad now going forward, that we can, pose a threat in the competitions that we're still in?
Yes, I actually do. Well, I can actually see us finishing top four in Premier League. I can actually see us having a good run in FA Cup and Champions League. I gotta see which United shows up versus Atletico Madrid before I make that decision. But for the other two, yes, I do see us doing pretty decent in those.
What about you, Robert? You see us still posing a threat and competing on all? I can't say all four, but I gotta say all three now because we're still in the FA Cup, Champions League, and we still have a chance at top four for EPL. What do you think?
I think we have to prioritize something. We have to, because the squad, to me, is not good enough. Our midfield is our problem, and we gave out so many of them. So I think we just have to prioritize something. And to me, I think top four should be our priority. Yes, I would love to win the FA Cup.
Yep.
But I think we should just prioritize the top four. See how far we can go in the FA Cup. Yes, see how far we can go. Take every game, as it comes. I think the Champions League, if we can get past Madrid, I think, and again, once we get favorable draws. But again, Champions League is such a weird competition.
True.
Is that you could never know. You could never know, and that's why I wore this pink kit. I know. Because again, that's those nights, because
yes,
yeah, what I mean. So, you can never know. You can never know. You can never know how far you can reach. You know what I mean? But I would prioritize the FA Cup, prioritize that top four because, even if we don't, it doesn't make sense for us to reach the final of Champions League, and then we are in sixth, and then we lose.
Correct.
That to me doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me to win the FA Cup, but yet we are in sixth. We have to be in Europe. We have to be in Europe because if we have aspirations to go and buy players, we have to be in the Champions League. We have to be.
Correct.
We have to be. Have to be.
With regards to players coming back, I know Cavani is still out of Cavani is still not available. Obviously Mason Greenwood isn't. Victor Lindelof has been ill the entire week, so I heard from the press conference. Alex Telles played in 90 minutes for Brazil, so he'll be on his way back as well. I think Luke Shaw is back. Don't quote me on that, but I'll have to do some research. And then what Ralf mentioned in the press conference is that Paul Pogba will be available. He said Paul Pogba could be on the bench, but Paul Pogba could also be in the starting 11. So versus Middlesbrough, I'll start with you, Robert, again. Versus Middlesbrough, do you think Paul Pogba should be in the starting lineup, or should he gradually come off the bench?
I think he should bring him off the bench. We have Scott is still fit, right? Correct.
So Scott, I know Scott got injured in what's that game he was totally bossing around? It was Watford? No, not Watford. Sorry, that was so long ago, man. It was Burnley, I think. Where we won 3-1, right?
Yeah.
So I think
or Brentford.
Brentford, right? That's it. Yeah, Brentford. Yeah. Brentford we won 3-1, where Scott was bossing around, right? I think that's the game he got injured in. But I think Scott should be available, right? So you're saying, Robert, that go to the midfield two of, I guess, Scott and Fred.
Fred. Yeah, exactly. And go with what you know, and then bring in Paul off the bench, because again, I think it'll be good to have him at least for the rest of the season.
Correct.
Just working back in the team, because again my boy gone, Mr. Van der Beek, he gone.
Yeah.
So we will need Pogba. We will need Pogba to play. We will need Lingard to play. We will need guys to really and truly step up. So I think we should have enough to win the game tomorrow. And I think we should just play the team that we know, get maybe a goal or two, and then bring on Paul and let him get his get his rhythm back. So by Tuesday, you can bring him on again to start on Tuesday, because we will need him fresh for Tuesday.
Before I get to you, Devin, let me go through some of the comments here. President Chad is saying no, youth players will start before Jesse. He'll be the highest paid water boy at United. My gosh. Hannibal will start ahead of Jesse. I think Hannibal was also mentioned in the press conference as well. He said Hannibal was training with the first team, and that was to the extent of it. And then President Chad says again, Luke Shaw is back and guaranteed to start. Okay, perfect. So Luke Shaw will probably be in the starting 11 versus Middlesbrough, because Alex Telles is just flying out from Brazil into UK, right? Same question to you, Devin. With regards to Paul Pogba being back, would you start him versus Middlesbrough, or would you bring him off the bench?
So I have to agree with Robert on this one. It's yes, you go out there, start some of the youth, give them that opportunity at FA Cup. But he will come on at some point, probably 65, 70 minutes. Give him a little run out there. Give him some time to find his legs back, which for somebody his caliber, it should not take long at all. Give him a little confidence booster, let him score a goal or set up a couple goals, maybe get an assist here and there. But it's too risky to have him come out from the start like that and then have him come back in and be ready for Tuesday for our next Premier League match, because Premier League and Champions League is where we're going to need him the most for the rest of the season going forward.
Oh, I definitely agree with you both. Any player with any injury that has them out, right, and they were part of your starting 11, I would slowly but surely integrate them back into the team, right? And bringing Paul Pogba off of the bench would definitely be the better idea, right? Because the only way I can see Paul Pogba starting is if Scott is not fit, maybe, right? Even if Scott is not fit, I would still risk Nemanja Matic over Paul Pogba in this type of tournament, right? Would you guys, let me ask you a question. Would you guys start a full strength squad versus Middlesbrough?
Well, no. I think, for example, the goalkeeper is going to change. Luke Shaw is going to get a look. Obviously, we're missing a few players as well, especially on the back line. Let me see now for the
Would you,
midfield. It's
would you start Wan-Bissaka over Dallo or?
uh, actually for this one, I think so. Because I think if I Middlesbrough plays a very fast attack as well, if I remember that correctly. So, and they're going to be coming in as a team with nothing to lose, and they want to be the what do they call it? The magic of the FA Cup. So they want to be the giant killer. So, in this one, I would just put Wan-Bissaka in for pace. And if I'm right, you have additional changes in FA Cup as well too, besides just the three substitutions. I think that's still the case. So with that being said, yes, you can start bringing people on and off, so let them get a run out, tire up those players, bring in that load to solidify it at the end, and we should be fine.
Okay. Full strength squad for you, Robert.
No, because I mean we have a game on Tuesday. That's against Burnley, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So we would need the guys for Burnley. So I mean, I would start like a mixture of the two. Yeah, have some youths in, but have some experience. You know what I mean? So, but again, yeah, you have your guys on the bench. So if things are going wrong, you can always fix it. You know, and if things are going right, you know, you have no problems. You know, because you have the youths there, you have the experience there, and you know, because right now it is just about to is it all is to me get through tomorrow. Get
True.
through tomorrow. You know, forget the replay. We can't afford to have a replay. You know, because I don't think it'll go to penalties. I think they will just do a replay. I believe so.
And I think
So
the first leg is at home by us, right?
I think it's is it
No, it's just
away?
one off.
Sorry. I thought you were talking champions. Like, yeah, it's
No.
it's one
Yeah,
off. It's one off for FA
Yeah,
Cup. So
yeah,
you lose, you're out. That's it.
And
right.
it's being played at Old Trafford, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You know, yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. Like if it was a draw, at the end, I think they will have a replay. I think so. I mean, I could be wrong.
yes. No, there
I could be wrong.
there will be a replay.
Right. And what we don't want is more games because we don't need more games. So
True.
it's just to get get over tomorrow. I mean, get the win early. You know, get the confidence going from early. I mean, if we can have the game wrapped up
So let me
by
let me let me,
60,
chal-
70 minutes.
let me challenge you both on something you said, right? So you both said you won't start full strength squads, but you just
No.
want to get this game over with.
Yeah.
Let me ask you: do you have confidence in a squad that is half first team, half bench that can get this game over the line?
So we're not. So again, we're not really going to have that much of a choice for this one because obviously Alex Telles just played in Brazil, so that takes him out. I think
Cavani
Fred
is
was
out.
Cavani played two qualifiers, so obviously he's going to need time to recuperate. So I don't want to hear any criticism about him taking extra time off to recuperate. Completely understood. So because don't forget, European players did not have to play. They got to take their little mid-season breaks, go chill in Dubai or wherever it was. So that's fully justified. But I truly believe that if there's ever a match to start Dean Henderson, it's this one
Yeah.
because he's going to need minutes. And God forbid something happens to De Gea, we're going to need him to step up, and he's going to need some match fitness, some match sharpness. And so it's if there is ever the chance for this, it's this match as well. So what is it now? Bailly and Lindelof are going to be out in the back four. So
Yeah.
you're thinking, is that going to be Varane and Maguire,
Yeah.
or you could even bring in Phil Jones because he did not disappoint the last time he was out there. So this is that. So you have three right there to choose for two spots. Whoever you want to pick from there. The midfield is where it gets tricky now. So I'm thinking
What we'll actually do later on in the show is that I will bring up create formation chart and we'll go through who we will start in that, right? So yeah. We're halfway through the United Hour, and it's time for the second part of the start, bench, and sell. Right. So I'm going to bring up the second the second set of 3 players, I would say, right? And this one should be easier than the last, right? So if you guys now tuning in, you missed half of it, but still like and subscribe. And we're doing the second segment of Start, Bench, Sell. The first segment was Carlos Puyol, Sergio Ramos, and John Terry. And the second segment should be way easier than those 3. So everybody in the comments, Robert and Devin, let me know what you think about these 3 people here.
Totti,
Oh, Lord.
yeah, man, that easy, man. Very easy.
So we have here.
Yeah, it's
Very easy.
Zizou, Ronaldinho, Totti. Yeah,
Very easy.
that's the order right there.
That's very easy.
This is second segment of Start, Bench, Sell. And we have here Francesco Totti, former captain of Roma. Ronaldinho, no explanation or no introduction needed. And also Zizou, no explanation or introduction needed, right? I'll leave it on for a couple more seconds so that the panel can see and so that the people in the comments can see. And you guys can tell me who are you starting, who are you benching, and who are you selling. All right, so time to remove that. Robert, you go first.
Okay, so the last one, right, will be forwards, right? Correct?
So the one that I just put up just now were
Right, and midfielders, right?
Yeah.
So the last one will be forwards, right?
You never know. You never know.
All right. So it's 3 people in like on this team. So it's 3. All right. If it's 3, I'll go with my head. My heart would say Ronaldinho, Totti.
So who's gonna start? Who's starting and who's on the bench?
Ronaldinho will start.
Right.
Totti in the bench, and Zidane will sell. But that's my heart. Right? That's my heart. Ronaldinho, Totti, Zidane. But my head will say start Zidane, bench Totti, and sell Ronaldinho.
Sell Ronaldinho. Wow.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, tell us why, Robert. Tell us why. I think we need an explanation.
We all love Ronnie. We all do. We all love him. We love him. But Ronaldinho is such a talented player, and he's always playing games, right? He's always playing games, and sometimes his games get in the way of the football. Whereas Zidane, you can put him on a team and he will give you that flair. Totti is just a workhorse. Totti will give you that 1,000%. You know, Ronaldinho will be there and he will do the beats and the samba, but sometimes it does be too much. You know, so my heart will say yes, Ronnie, all day, every day. But my head will say Zidane, Totti, Ronaldinho. Yes, I know.
Trust me. Like,
But
there's
if you
no...
watch Brazil play, when they used to have Ronaldinho on the team, even with Barcelona, when he was there, yes, he was great. But there were times, even in Barcelona, that team, with having him there, it used to interrupt the play. It did. You know, so.
No, there's no right or wrong answer for anybody who is commenting or watching, right? It's up to the person who picks it, right?
No.
Devin,
Start is going to be Zizou. Sir Alex said it best. If you give him Zidane and 10 pieces of wood, he will win the Champions League. I mean that describes Zidane pretty much in a nutshell right there. So for the bench, Ronaldinho coming off the bench. So after Zizou has already terrorized you apart, picking up passes left and right, also throwing a little flair in there, and now you bring on somebody with even more flair. Now I'm not saying he's a better player overall, just more flair, and then that's just gonna completely demoralize the next people. And unfortunately for this one, you're gonna have to sell Totti. Yes, absolute Roma legend. When you speak about loyalty, good luck finding that category of player anymore. Like when you think of him, you think of like Zanetti or Giggs as well. Those players who were there just that one club team. So that's something where, and it's he deserves the utmost respect for that. But he is not in the same level as Zidane and Ronaldinho.
No, fair enough. Before I give mine, I'm gonna go through some of the comments. President Chad is saying, I think I read that already. Yeah. President Chad is saying, De Gea, Juan Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, Pogba, Scott, Bruno, Sancho, Ronaldo, Rashford. Okay. With regards to the three players, President Chad is saying, start Ronaldinho, bench Zizou, and sell Totti. Boy. Alejandra, that's how you pronounce it, right? Perfect.
Start.
Welcome. Start.
That's not the game, man. You had to pick one.
That's not the game. You got to
You gotta
start
pick,
one.
man. You got to
You got to
pick.
start one. You got to bench
You gotta
one. And you got to
pick.
sell one, right?
You know, you gotta pick.
That President Chad is saying somebody called the doctors Robert is crazy.
Hey.
Boy, this is a tough one. I was following Roma because of a friend of mine who supports Roma back in Barbados, right? And it's only then that I got introduced to Francesco Totti. And he definitely was one of the best second strikers or attacking midfielders I've seen in this game of football, right? But don't get me wrong, he wasn't as flary as your Ronaldinho or Zizou, right? Because at the end of the day, Serie A didn't get as much attention as like La Liga and as La Liga, right? Even though Zizou did play in both leagues. But this is hard for me. Boy, I gonna have to start as Zizou. I'm gonna have to probably bench Totti, and I have to sell Ronaldinho. And it all comes down to loyalty, right?
All right.
I honestly don't think if I had Totti on my team, and the way how Totti had the respect of all, not only Roma fans, but Italian fans, right? This is just my opinion. Imagine if Roma sold Totti. I don't think the president or board will live to see another day because it's Totti. It's Totti. Right? You can't sell Totti. Totti is Roma through and through. But I'm just saying that based on loyalty. Right? So I'm gonna start Zizou, sell Ronaldinho, and bench Francesco Totti. Right? So that's just me. Yeah, that was fun. We have one more segment. We have one more of those close to the end of the program. But what we are going to do is that we are going to do a starting 11 for the Man United FA game versus Middlesbrough. So let me see if I can bring this here. Perfect. You guys can see the screen, right? Okay. So everybody who is following along, actually, yes. Before we thank you for reminding me, Devin. Before we touch on the starting 11 versus Middlesbrough, Devin is going to, I guess, educate us or talk to us about the Munich disaster, which is the anniversary will actually be in the next 3 days on February 6th. Before we go to that, Devin, talk to us about the Munich year disaster.
So it's when you hear the topic about Manchester United, where you have the topic of "will never die." So, by the way, side note on that, black men don't horn, so everybody knows that. So I said it. But getting more serious now with this. So February 6th. So February 6th, 1958, it was the Busby Babes. This team was absolutely incredible. You had likes of Duncan Edwards, absolutely phenomenal. Harry Gregg in goal. That coached, of course, by Sir Matt Busby. And this team was getting ready to cause some real damage across Europe. They just qualified for the European Cup semifinal. They played Red Star Belgrade. They were coming back to Manchester, had to do a refueling stop in Munich. They aborted 2 takeoffs, and the third one, unfortunately, the plane crashed at 4 minutes after 3 p.m. local time in Munich. And so we lost Jeff Bent, Roger Byrne, Eddie Coleman, Duncan Edwards, who originally survived the crash, but later on died in the hospital a few days later, Mark Jones, David Pegg, Tommy Taylor, and Billy Whelan. And so the team basically had to rebuild from scratch. And also a survivor of that, which a lot of people, especially a lot of people don't realize now, is Sir Bobby Charlton. So it was pretty heartbreaking, and the club was nearly dissolved because of the accident. It came down to Sir Matt's number 2, who's going to get a statue at Old Trafford now. He's the reason why the club is still where it is right now, why it's still standing. And so it's one thing as United fans, you need to understand where we came from, that we have literally been we've literally hit rock bottom, and we've had to rise through the ashes literally to come back to where we are now. Within 10 years after that disaster, United did that and won the first European Cup, becoming the first British team to do so in the process. So when you hear people talk about "we'll never die," there's a lot more into it than just words. And so that's one thing that I would like to see more United fans take to heart, especially, well, not so much the older ones, because the older ones know about it, but especially for the younger ones that are coming up now. I would love to see them learn more about this.
Yeah. No, well said, Devin. And there's actually a movie called United that came out in 2011, right? So that'll just give you like a breakdown of the Munich air disaster that Devin just referred to, right? So well done, Devin. Let's go through some comments before we get to the starting 11 again. Yeah, I need Devin to be this loyal. I agree. I need Devin to be this loyal as well, too. Yeah, for sure. Last comment on Dwayne Bedlow is saying start Ronnie, Bent, Zidane, sell Totti. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll have one more of these segments close to the end of the show. Now, we have Middlesbrough tomorrow, FA Cup action. And what me and the panel are going to do is that we're going to go through who we think should start, right? And you guys can see the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And everybody in the comments can contribute because we're going to go through the starting 11 for tomorrow's match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just move my microphone to the side. You guys can still hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right, I will type. So we're going to start with, obviously, the formation. Is the formation good for you guys? This looks like a 4-3-3. Yeah?
Yes.
Good with you, Robert?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So goalkeeper. Who do you guys think we should have in goal?
Dino.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Dean Henderson?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, let's see if Dean Henderson will appear here. Yes, perfect. So Dean Henderson will go in goal. Right back, guys. Who do you think to start at right back?
Wan-Bissaka.
So Devin is for Wan-Bissaka. What about you, Robert?
Yeah. I would. Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep on Diallo for Tuesday. Definitely.
Why isn't our Wan-Bissaka's name coming up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Or you can just put AWB for now. Or
left back, guys. I guess Luke Shaw.
I am thinking. Well, yeah, definitely Luke Shaw.
So who are you thinking, Devin?
Sorry. I thought you were going into center backs next. So my mistake.
I'll do the right back and left back first, and I will go to the center back.
Okay. But yes, they already said that Alex Telles, because he just came back from Brazil, so he's gonna need time to recover. So it's Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do the, I guess, right center back. I guess.
I am going to go with Phil Jones. And the reason being, and I know everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy right now, is
Yeah.
I am worried for Rafael Varane because he's so injury prone, and playing this match, going right into the match on Tuesday, which we need him more for, is the only reason why I would not start him in this match. And I think Phil Jones, he also had a good showing his last time out. He deserves another chance. So I know people are probably going to disagree with that, but we need Rafael Varane fit for the league and Champions League.
What you say? What says you, Robert?
Um, I think right now we don't have a choice. I think I agree. You keep Varane for Tuesday because we have game Tuesday and then we have a game on the weekend. So
Okay.
keep him fit for next week. Yeah. So Phil Jones.
I wonder if Phil Jones' name will appear on here because he hasn't played football in so long, right?
Yeah, man. You right here.
Ah, yes, Phil Jones. Yes. So curious, though, who will be the partner for Phil Jones, if I may ask?
Harry Maguire. You don't have a choice.
Oh yeah, true. Lindelof and Bailly aren't fit.
Nope.
Right. So goalkeeper Dean Henderson, left back Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, and Phil Jones as a centre back partnership, and Wan-Bissaka as right back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move to the midfield. Who are you guys thinking for midfield?
Matic and Matic. Oh wait, no, it can be yeah, Matic for sure.
It has to be Matic.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matic will go in the, I guess, more deep line position here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Nemanja Vidic. I wish. Hell yeah.
Right?
Wish. Matic.
Shoot.
33. Okay. Who will fill the remaining two slots?
I don't know about remember Fred did play. Wait, no, he didn't play. For Brazil last game, Fred was on the bench, right? But he didn't start.
Okay. So you think Fred will be available for selection?
I think he would come off the bench because don't forget we have 5 changes, so I could see him coming off the bench. I'm trying to think through this one now.
I think we may have to start Paul.
It's I was thinking the same thing as well, but I don't. I
want to.
I am not 100% committed to that as of yet.
Yeah.
Shoot, this would have been
But
the perfect match for the
thing is that, because we lacking options,
Kind of regret sending Donny Van de Beek on loan then.
Well, you have to.
Why? He wouldn't play. He was the bench.
So you have to. I would say Bruno.
Boy.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie. The only let me see. Maybe one. There's only one player or two players here. Actually, no, there's 2 players here that probably would have made a full strength United squad. Well, Phil Jones and Henderson, yeah, maybe Matic. So we're gonna put.
Yeah.
You said start Bruno.
Yep.
Bruno available here. Bruno Fernandes. I wish we had gotten Bruno. I wish we had gotten him, boy. But anyway. And then the last midfielder will be who?
Yeah.
Does Hannibal have a shout to start though? In your opinion?
I don't know as of yet because I don't think that he's had enough training with the first team to truly get some chemistry there. So that's my only issue with that. I was shoot.
I don't know.
Because right now the only energy in midfield we have is literally Bruno.
Well, I'll put Fred. I think he will play because as far as I remember, he did not play the last game for Brazil. He didn't. So he should not be tired. So I think Fred will play.
Okay. So the midfield is Bruno Fernandes, Nemanja Matic, and Fred.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to move to the left wing, then the right wing, then the striker. So let's start with left wing.
Rashford,
Yeah.
because he has not had a full start since he came back. In the last couple of matches, come off the bench. He's in a good hot scoring streak. Give him a full start now.
No shout for Elanga.
No, he's gonna be the striker.
Ah, okay. So what about you, Robert?
Mhm.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, Rashford. Yeah, Rashford.
So Rashford will be the last thing. Okay.
Actually, no. I lie. Sorry.
Ooh.
I would say Ilanga. Ilanga on the left,
I want to see Elanga up at striker.
and Rashi on the right.
I was gonna put Sancho on the right.
Ah,
Yeah, Sancho's back, Robert. Just to let you know.
he is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Devin
So I'm
is saying
thinking,
Rashford on the left. Robert, you're saying
Yeah.
Elanga on the left, or
Yeah, but then you see, if he plays Sancho tomorrow, will he be fit enough for Tuesday?
well,
That
don't
is
forget
the,
again. Don't forget it's because we have so many changes.
Yeah.
So you can you get out, you get the comfortable lead. Hopefully you get the comfortable lead, and then you can start rotating the squad, and this is where the manager gets paid.
Mm-hmm.
So with this one, I would see you go out, Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right, because we all been waiting to see that combination anyway. So give him the chance now for this, and then stick Elanga up top. Ronaldo stays away from this one. Save him, unleash him for Tuesday.
question, Robert? Would you have Ronaldo involved in this fixture?
Yes, but I would have him on for the first half.
Okay.
With Rashford and Sancho, and again, it's the same thing to kill off the game early, and then bring him off. That'll be my thing. Yeah, kill off the game early. Even though we don't do it, we don't ever kill games off. We don't. We have this nasty habit of having a 1-0 lead, and then we will procrastinate, and then it will just get very nervous. You know what I mean? So, but my ideal situation would be to have Sancho, Rashford, and Ronaldo, and by 60 minutes, in my mind, all three should be on the bench.
I kind of gonna say this. I think Rashford coming off the bench is more impactful than Ronaldo coming off the bench, right?
No. I was gonna start Ronaldo.
Yeah. So I actually agree with you, Robert. I just made a comparison with Rashford and Ronaldo.
Right. Okay.
Rashford coming off the bench versus Ronaldo coming off the bench. I think Rashford would be more impactful, which means I'm more for Ronaldo starting up top, right? Because imagine Rashford running at tired legs for middle, right? So I don't know, boy, Devin. You might put yourself on this one here, boy. I don't get me wrong. Elanga. Elanga starting, like it's almost like you don't want to start Ronaldo because you want to use Ronaldo for Burnley and Champions League is just around the corner because Liverpool might do something stupid, right?
Correct, and that is it's the same thing that we were speaking about before, where you're talking about you want to prioritize certain competitions over other ones right now. And to me, it's if you're gonna have Ronaldo involved, he's on the bench and he's like your get out of jail free card. Which, if you have to bring Ronaldo on to beat off Middlesbrough, we have even bigger problems than that.
We do.
But it's no. You need to keep him as fresh as possible for Champions League and Premier League. So, because don't forget that this is Mr. Champions League we're talking about right here.
Yeah.
So it's if you bring him on maybe towards the end, just to get a run out, just to get his legs moving a little bit, maybe get a little confidence booster in there. But I don't want him starting tomorrow. I think this is perfectly set up for Elanga right now. Like the momentum is with him. He's playing well. Give him a chance to lead the line.
So you're saying
who knows? It could work wonders, which I think it will. So especially now because Now it's the focus is not going to be so much on Greenwood being the future of the team, but now everyone's saying shutting for Elanga's name right now, and you're giving him a chance now in FA Cup. And usually, traditionally, United uses cup competitions, especially in these rounds, to give the youngsters their chance to impress. So Elanga kind of jumped the gun a little bit with Premier League, but hey, I think he's earned his chance to lead the line.
So you're saying Elanga should be our main striker tomorrow?
Yes.
Do you think Elanga is ready for that though?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he wants to hear Old Trafford and sing his chant again. So
we're gonna put Marcus Rashford on the left. We'll put Jadon Sancho on the right.
Well, or if you, well, I mean, that's my personal opinion, but it seems like you two are picking Ronaldo, so it's the majority of the panel says Ronaldo. So then, I'm just telling you my personal choice.
No, but I just think the way how the club is run, and I believe that Ralph doesn't have the power that he has. I think the board has a lot more pull, so I think they will be forced to play Ronaldo. And again, in an ideal world, we shouldn't need Ronaldo to beat this team. We should
Exactly. We shouldn't.
But we are where we are. So I personally would put on Ronaldo, and we should be 2-0 up by 60 minutes, or at least 3. And then you take that whole front 3 off. You bring on Lingard,
the reason I'll start Ronaldo, Devin, is because I think Elanga can make an impact off the bench. We saw that versus Wolves. Even though he was on for like 10 minutes, he still was able to dribble past a couple of players, right? So let's start CR for this one. Even though I do agree that we still need Mr. Champions League for the league and Champions League, like I said.
So it's also the way that I am thinking about this. Yes, I know you're going to say Ronaldo, so you can go ahead and put him in. But what happens if, God forbid, something happens and he gets injured in this?
Here's the thing: injuries happen in football anytime, boy. That's all I can say.
So to me, it's way too risky because it's not like winning the FA Cup guarantees you Champions League. So they got to be prioritizing like top four. Top 4 needs to be like the absolute like priority right now. If you get past Atletico Madrid, we can go from there. But I still think right now it's yes, like for this one it's too risky right now just to have Ronaldo up top in this. Or if you have him on, you're taking him off. Like he's the first change.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like early.
Like 60th minute, yeah.
Like before halftime.
Before halftime. Yeah. Well, Robert is confident that we should be 2 goals up in the.
I said, we should be. Yeah, that
because also remember this team is also not too far out of the championship playoff spots. I think they're 1 place out. Tight with a game in hand, tight on goal differential, if I think something like that. So it's not like it's going to be a pushover team as well. So I think they're going to be very physical. I think that they're going to come out with the mindset of we've got nothing to lose. Let's go out and shock this team right now. And it's okay. And you're getting your opportunity to play at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
So I expect this to not be as easy a walk through as people are saying. Like I think it's going to be a very tough match.
So, we'll see. I know Ronaldo does have a good goal scoring record versus Middlesbrough in his first stint in the Premier League, but let's see how it goes tomorrow, man. So I guess the final decision on the front 3, and even in the comments, some guys saying Sancho, Elanga, Rashford. Yeah, trust me, it's a tough front 3 to pick up, but I'm glad we had this headache because I'd rather. Us have this headache than nitpicking at who we have to start, right? You don't want to come to a point where you got to like choose between like Mata and and Jesse Lingard or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Actually, let me I'd never question.
Fred from Mata. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say perhaps coming off the bench that could be one of the changes as well. Mata, because I was thinking about this already. Now, after you have this lineup here going through, which is very close to full strength, what changes are you making? You said you're bringing off all front three right now. Who are you bringing on?
Ilanga.
Elanga, Jesse Lingard. Actually, no, Jesse Lingard has a couple days
Jesse
off.
Lingard, yeah.
Ilanga, Hannibal, and probably Chong.
Boy, that's how nitpicking, boy. Well.
Oh, Lord.
You know what?
Because-
Let's stick with this front three, and we'll see what Ralph puts out tomorrow, right? So let's go over the starting lineup. Henderson in goal, Shaw and Wan-Bissaka on the wings, Harry Maguire and Phil Jones as the centre back pairing. Midfield three of Fernandes, Matic, and Fred, and then front three of Rashford, Ronaldo, and Sancho, right? And that team, in my opinion, is strong enough to beat Middlesbrough, right? Yeah. So we're coming on to the last minutes of the show. I'll remove this here, and I'll stop sharing. Yeah. So final, I guess, few minutes of this show. We can do it. Up to you guys. We can give our closing thoughts and then go to the last segment of start, bench, keep, or we can play start, bench, keep, and then give your final closing thoughts. Up to you guys. Which one?
Might as well start bench keep right now.
Yeah, man. Bring it.
Okay, so start, bench, keep first, and then closing thoughts.
And come good, eh? Come good.
Oh, I feel there's gonna be some United players in this one right now.
Nah, I try to avoid United players to avoid bias.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yeah. So I actually have two more.
Yeah, man.
Maybe we can squeeze two more. So that means I have 6 players in all. You know what? I'll squeeze these 2 in, and you guys can tell me what you think, right? So, and anybody in the comments who's watching, please tell me who you think as well. So here are the midfield 3. So we have Xavi from Barcelona, we have Luka Modric, and we have Yaya Toure.
Ooh.
See, this is why.
Ooh.
This is why I sold Ronnie. See, I was right.
Ooh.
Yeah. So another.
I think I have my order. Oh, shoot.
When I actually did this was actually harder for me versus the previous one, right? I'll move it off the screen in 3, 2, 1. So it's Xavi from Barcelona, Luka Modric, and Yaya Toure, right? So yeah.
Oh shoot! All right, so I will definitely be starting Xavi. I think Xavi is still up there for best midfielder I ever saw. He was a part of that Barcelona side that was, as much as I hate to say it, the best side that I have seen like in my lifetime. Yeah, and Xavi was just a phenomenal midfielder, just as it was. So now it's for the bench now. This is where it gets difficult now because I am still going back and forth in my head about these two. I think I will have to have Yaya Toure coming off the bench just to have that enforcer type player who can still control the midfield real well. And I can't believe I'm saying Salah Ballon d'Or winner, but
He didn't win the Ballon d'Or. That was a gimme. Man.
So was this year, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So but anyway, yeah, for all the Bayern fans out there, yes, I think I am definitely not in the minority when saying that Lewandowski won that award.
Yeah, he did twice.
Anyway,
Twice.
so but I think I will have to go. Yeah, Xavi, Yaya, Modric in that order.
I'm quite curious to hear what Robert going to say. I got a different opinion, but I want to hear what Robert going to say.
No, my midfield right before was Zidane and Totti.
Correct.
So now it'll be Xavi, even though I hate him and I despise him, but you have to admit the guy was class. He
It's
was.
true. It's true.
So a midfielder of Xavi and Zidane is just mental. It
Oh, jeez, it's a wrap.
right,
That's just FIFA amateur, man. That's all.
right. Bench. Since I have Totti on my bench will be Modric.
Hey, sell Yaya Toure.
Yes. Not. Yeah. 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 As much as Yaya Toure was a guy who I despised. I watched him tear my team apart, playing for City on numerous occasions. But yeah, I'll have to bench Modric and sell Yaya. I would have to.
So I know most of you guys won't agree with me.
Mhm.
I am actually going to sell Javi.
Oh, oh,
Why?
you just like controversy. That's gonna be the only answer.
I can start Yaya Toure. Agree or disagree? Yaya Toure is one of the best box-to-box midfielders I've seen.
Yes, correct.
The guy's an enforcer. The only thing is, Javi can't shoot. Modric can shoot.
Yeah.
Yaya Toure can shoot. Javi can't shoot.
Yeah, but you don't need the job to
You
shoot.
said
You
Javi
don't.
can pass, but so can Modric and Yaya Toure. Not as good as Javi, but at least
And out of them, who could dribble better?
who could dribble.
Yeah, Xavi.
I already
Javi has that
got
control.
Zidane in my squad to dribble, so I don't mind that.
Yeah,
right?
but you could imagine a midfield of just trying to get the ball off the two of them.
Mm.
You can imagine
Think about that.
you can't get the ball for Yaya Toure.
Yeah.
True.
No,
But anyway,
yeah.
we can move on to one. We can move on to one more. One more before we end the show.
Mm.
Right? This isn't. Is this? Damn, it's more midfielders. My gosh. Next time, don't worry, guys. Next time I could do wingers. Actually, no. Is it wingers or is it?
Forwards.
Let me see. I think it may be wingers. Actually, I'll just put it on the screen. You guys tell me what you think.
None of the above. None of the above. None.
Oh Lord, oh Lord. Shoot.
None. I don't want none.
None. Why?
None. Because Vieira
It's actually.
no.
If I will be unbiased with this one. I am going start Vieira, bench Gerrard, sell Lampard, and if I'm being unbiased, that to me is ridiculous right there. Like that is stacked. And Vieira was incredible. And when you look at, especially to be, if I remember right, he was captain of the Invincible side.
Yep.
So when you are captain of a side that does that, it's and you imagine you were talking with Yaya Toure before in the back as a holding midfielder. You could imagine Zidane, Xavi, and then Vieira in the back.
Mm.
That good luck. Good luck is all that I would say with that. Gerrard is another. Well, he was a great player, and he was a natural leader for Liverpool. He did great with them as well. And this was just, and this was like, it's not taking anything off of Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard was a great player as well too. You can see his record in the Premier League is incredible too. But he's, especially with the other two midfielders that we already said that were going to come in, it wouldn't work. So I'm thinking Vieira in the back of those. Yeah, Vieira in the back with Zidane and Xavi.
Yeah.
Robert, what are you saying?
None. Because I'm biased,
That was
Frank,
very hard for me to give props to Gerrard. I will say that, but he was a very good player.
Yeah. The man was just there. But if I have to pick,
All right. Don't pick. We'll
no.
Yeah.
I will pick. I will pick. Vieira will start.
Correct.
So
Yes.
my midfield is Vieira, Xavi, and Zidane.
Yes.
That's
Good
it.
luck. Good
Good
luck.
luck.
Yes.
My bench,
I want.
will be Lampard
Yep.
because I rate Lampard over Gerrard.
Fair
I think
enough.
Lampard has more. He has more to offer than
Fair
Gerrard,
enough.
and then Gerrard will have to go.
Let me see what these guys are saying in the comments. Who is the younger player on that team? Well, that's
You say he's talking about for the starting 11. Yeah.
Valentino Singh is saying, "Good evening, gentlemen." Right? We can spend 2 more minutes on one more. I knew that I had one more in the lineup.
Wait, hold on. Time out, because you didn't say yours.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're not getting out of this one.
Boy. I will have to be. Man, I got Yaya Toure in my lineup, so Patrick Vieira can't make that.
You'll always finish with 10 men if you have the
That's
two.
good. I've always been a fan of Steven Gerrard, so Steven Gerrard will start. I already got a goal scorer in the midfield with Modric, so Lampard could sell and then bench Vieira, I guess. If we want love up, he can help defend the game, right?
Mhm.
I knew I had one more. That was forward related, right? So I'm gonna put these 3 guys on the screen. Let me just remove this comment first, and then we'll end the show after you guys give me your input on these 3 guys here. Boom. So we have Figo, Aaron Robin, and Gareth Bale.
Shoot. Well, I'm already saying sell Gareth Bale, so
Yeah.
Gareth Bale,
Yeah,
but Gareth Bale from Real Madrid and Spurs was a force to reckon with. Well,
I'm Real Madrid right now.
the earlier Gareth Bale, the initial Gareth Bale from Real Madrid, and then Gareth Bale from Spurs, yeah. But then Aaron Robin speaks for itself.
Yeah, that left foot was lethal, boy. That cut inside the left foot, and the thing is, you knew it was coming, and it still happened too, and that's what made that so incredible. And people, and if it was not for a certain Ronaldo, Figo would still be regarded, well, arguably the greatest Portuguese between him and Eusebio, but for modern right now. So this is I'm already saying sell Gareth Bale, but it's between Robin now and Figo. We should have. Based on how we set up so far with our top with the midfield that I said before, I think I'm picking Iron Robin because you have those 2 dribblers there, the 2 with Zidane and Xavi just dribbling, looking for those gaps, and Robin will be making those runs coming through, and we all know he's going to catch that ball on the right side, cut inside left foot goal. So that's enough said. Then that leaves you're having Figo come off the bench. And I just Gareth Bale. Well, Bale had his moments there, but it's to me it just. I'm sorry. I still don't think he's truly in it. Like he's not truly in the sport because he loves the sport. I think his passion is golf. He's just good at football.
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel about that.
Not gonna lie. What? Iron Robin is a combination of both Bale and Figo, trickery and pace, right? So I'm actually going to start Iron Robin. I'm going to sell Bale, and if you want to keep the game simple, I can always bring on Figo. So
yeah. I'm the same. I would start Robin because I have seen Figo and Zidane in the same team in real life.
Yeah.
And somehow to me it just didn't work. That whole Galacticos era, it just didn't click.
Yeah,
even though they won the Champions League, to me, that was more down to Zidane and his brilliance than to Figo. Because to me, what Figo was doing at Barca, it just never came across.
Yeah.
to Real Madrid. It just never did, It's just the system was wrong, and and it just showed that putting superstars in a team is never a guaranteed success. Never.
Correct.
So again, I would say Robin to start because, like I said, that stink nasty left foot. Doesn't matter. You will see it coming. I will never forget.
The man will tell you it's coming. He can do it, and that's exactly what
I will never forget us, and I believe we were playing Bayern Munich. And Robin was with that black kit, and man cut.
Oh,
and I knew.
Yes. Yes.
I got up and I walked out. I knew it was a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And all I heard was men going, "Oh God!"
And you saw it, and you knew. Yes,
because I believe it was Evra who he gave Evra a kind of shimmy.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh gosh!"
It's like a man coming to rob your house. He call you, he email you, he say, "Yo, I coming to rob your house at 6 o'clock." No later, no earlier. And you can't do nothing about it. Can't do nothing about it.
It was in Old Trafford, and the man scored and was celebrating like what? Come on, man! No, the man was brilliant. The man was, again, he was brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant,
Mm-hmm.
He was brilliant at Chelsea. He was brilliant at Real Madrid. And he was brilliant at Bayern.
He's most brilliant for Bayern for sure.
Yeah.
With that combination between him and Ribery. Oh, geez.
Yeah. That was back in the days of Miroslav Klose and then a young Thomas Muller.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Schweinsteiger taking up the midfield too. Yeah.
Well, this has been a very great United Hour. We touched on Ralf Rangnick's press conference. We touched on the Middlesbrough potential starting 11. Then we had a game of start, bench, and also sell. Robert and Devin, thank you very much for taking part in this segment of the United Hour. I am Big Fur, your host. And
I do have one more thing that I want to add into this as well. It goes off what I said before, and it's to all United fans out there. I don't want this to end make it seem it's ending on a somber note, but please, on February 6th, take some time to do some research about the Busby Babes. And also, I think, I can't remember the time, but I think United is going to do an actual live memorial service from the Munich plaque. That's at Old Trafford itself. So if you have the opportunity to watch it, I would highly encourage everybody to. And you get that energy and you see the sense of why when we say we'll keep that red flag flying high because Man United will never die, you will start to get more of a sense and understanding of why and realize why it means more than words.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the Busby Babes.
Learn some history about Manchester United. And thank you very much for that, Devin. And as President Chad would say, Red Devils, we don't die, we multiply. Been a great show, guys, and looking forward to the next one.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and